I'm Sarah Burke. I've done physical therapy in the past after various surgeries, and this time I had shoulder surgery in December and obviously required physical therapy to get back into shape. I definitely have done my fair share of YouTube surfing, and I've bought the ridiculous products that swear they're going to cure all that ails me. That really wasn't the fix, and I needed a more professional opinion on how to fix this. As a musician, I use my arms for virtually everything I do professionally. So I play drums and I'm a band conductor. So waving my arms professionally is what I do. And so shoulder problem is definitely not a winning answer for that. I kind of did a twofold approach to this one. I first did a quick search on the internet to see who was even in Brenham at this point. It had been a while since I'd needed physical therapy, and faces change. And then I spoke to some friends, and they had nice things to say about Tradewinds and the approach that they had received here. And then lastly, when I finally saw my surgeon afterwards and he was recommending therapists, I offered to drive however far I needed to drive, and he recommended John and Tradewinds. So I think there are a couple of things that make Tradewinds stand out over some of the other places that I've personally received physical therapy. I think it's because it is a little bit of a smaller practice. The John and all of the fellow physical therapy assistants and staff really get to know you, and it's a much more personalized approach. And I also appreciate that the association with Brenham Fitness, and so once you get to a certain stage in your therapy, you have access to the equipment that helps you build strength and helps you transition back into doing it on your own. I guess as a physical therapy veteran, I didn't have very many fears about going through it. I will say though that everybody's approach is a little different, and so I was a little apprehensive in what this style of treatment would be, and so I think kind of jumping in and getting my feet wet, I was very grateful for the approach that's taken here. Everybody here is very caring and very open to listening to what you actually have to say. They're very attentive to the day-to-day changes in your progress, and I appreciate the fact that they took the time to get to know you and your needs following something as major as surgery. I'm actually really pleased with the way things have progressed. I have regained most of the full range of motion that I had prior to rotator cuff surgery, and I commented to my husband this last week that for the first time in probably 2 years, I'm waking up and I'm not in pain. And I didn't realize how bad it was until just recently when it was like, oh, I can sit here on the couch and it doesn't hurt anymore. And so I think a giant reduction in pain and the regaining of motion and the ability to get back to doing the things that I really care about doing. I think the thing that surprised me the most about coming here was that we didn't just stick with whatever Dr. Google would have said as far as treatment is concerned, and instead everything was very personalized, and we added a lot of exercises that were specific to the jobs and the crazy things that a drummer has to be able to do or that a musician has to be able to do, and so I appreciated the very personalized structure of things. I think it's the combination of a great staff, excellent knowledge, and just a very caring and personalized approach. I think sometimes it's nice to be more than just a number and just another patient that you got to get through the end of the day. So I really appreciate that style of treatment. I would say anybody looking for physical therapy, really, I would say come and try it out. Every physical therapist is different, and it's about finding that personal match, something that works for you. Everybody has lots of great knowledge, but it's about finding that right fit. And I know that here they're willing to listen to you and work with you and make that work out. But I'd say give it a try, because trying it is very different than reading about it online or taking my word for it. I think even more so than some of my other experiences with the medical industry, everybody was just very open, and I appreciated feeling like part of the family. And after you spend several months doing physical therapy, you're part of the family. but I appreciate that approach, and I appreciate the care and the willingness to answer emails and phone calls after hours. The willingness to come in on a Saturday because something wasn't quite right, and so it's the little things that all add up to a much better result in the end.